He waited, arms loose at his sides, shoulders slumped. I couldn't see his features, but the wind whipped at his jacket, and I saw it was thin and had a ragged tear. I reached into the pocket of my peacoat and found some bills that I'd left there whenever I last wore it, held them out to him. He hesitated before taking them, as if he couldn't believe his good fortune.
"Thank you, lady. God bless."
He disappeared into the fog as swiftly as he'd appeared. I pulled the collar of my coat more tightly around my neck and went on toward the pier. The powers that be say you shouldn't give money to the homeless. They'll only spend it on drugs and liquor. What was that slogan they made up? Care, not cash. All shiny and idealistic. But the truth is, some people slip through the cracks in the care department, and cash for a bottle or a fix is what they need to get themselves through a cold, damp night like this one. I thrust my hands deeper into my pockets, but a chill had invaded me that couldn't be touched by the warmth of wool and lining. The fog seemed thicker now. It played tricks on my vision. Someone was coming at me from the bayside. No, advancing toward me on the left. No, there was nobody. A shriek echoed over the boulevard, high-pitched tones bouncing off the surrounding buildings. I stopped, peered hard through the churning mist. Laughter, and the sound of running feet over at Hills Brothers Plaza. More laughter, fading into the distance along with the footsteps. People clowning around after leaving one of the restaurants. The security grill had been pulled down over the yawning, arched entrance to the pier. My opener was back in the MG. I grasped the cold bars and called out to Lewis, the guard we tenants collectively employed. No answer. Well, sure. He was probably drinking in the far recesses of the cavernous structure. Or already passed out. A nice guy, Lewis, but a serious alcoholic. At the last tenants' meeting, we'd talked about firing him, but none of us had taken the initiative to find a replacement. I should have. That's not your bailiwick anymore, McCone. You've got Ada to take care of things like that now. Ada Jocelyn, formerly of the SFPD's homicide detail, now my executive administrator. Last winter, I'd stepped back from the day-to-day running of the agency, so I could concentrate on cases that really interested me. There hadn't been many, and in the meantime, I'd started giving self-defense classes at a woman's shelter in my neighborhood, and working their emergency hotline during the day when most of their volunteers were out earning a living. I'd been able to spend more time at Touchstone, Highs, and my seaside home in Mendocino County, and at our ranch in the high desert country with our horses, King Lear and Sidekick. I shouted again for Lewis. Still no answer. Damn. I'd have to use my security code to open the door to the right of the pier's entrance. But I'd just changed it, as we did every month, and I wasn't sure. Favorite canned chili. Right. I punched in 6255397, the numerical equivalent of Nally's, on the keypad, and gained entry. Usually there were cars belonging to tenants parked on the pier's floor at any time of day or night, employees of my agency, the architectural firm, and desktop publisher on the opposite catwalk, and the various small businesses running along either side of the downstairs worked long and irregular hours. Tonight, I was surprised to find no vehicles and no light leaking around doorways. The desk where Lewis was supposed to be stationed was deserted. That does it. We're firing your ass tomorrow. I crossed the floor to the stairs to our catwalk, footsteps echoing off the walls and high corrugated iron roof, then clanging on the metal as I climbed up and went toward my office at the bayside end. God, this place was spooky at night with nobody around. As I passed the space occupied by my office manager, Ted Smalley, and his assistant, Kendra Williams, I thought I saw a flicker of light. So somebody was there after all. Maybe Ted had left his car on the street.